ever had to chase down a client for payment?
Oh, yeah.
It's like pulling teeth, right?
Definitely.
Well, in the construction world, getting paid on time is even more crucial.
Right.
I mean, we all know cash flow is vital for any business.
Yeah.
But in construction, it's like the lifeblood of a project.
Absolutely.
Makes things move.
Sure.
Keeps everyone happy.
Yeah.
So we're diving deep into managing project collections today.
Okay.
And this is especially important for anyone thinking about Gold Seal certification,
Right.
because it really shows you've got those top-notch financial management skills. So why is managing project collections so critical?
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
In construction, you've got so many moving parts, right?
Yeah.
Subcontractors, materials, equipment,
Huh?
and all of that costs money.
Lots of it.
Exactly.
Wow.
So a steady cash flow makes sure that everything keeps running smoothly.
Yeah, if the money dries up,
Yeah.
the whole project can come to a screeching halt,
Exactly.
and no one wants that.
No, definitely not.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
What are the key things we need to master to keep those payments flowing?
Well, first things first.
Yeah.
Contracts.
Ah, yes, the foundation of any good project.
Right. Got to make sure those payment terms are crystal clear from the get-go.
No room for ambiguity.
Exactly. And luckily, we've got great resources like the CCDC 2-2020 contract.
Yeah, the trustee CCDC document.
It lays out everything nice and clear, payment schedules, the whole 9 yards.
So that everyone's on the same page from day one.
Exactly.
And speaking of clear communication, invoicing has to be top-notch, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, a tiny error on an invoice can cause major delays.
You're telling me.
It's happened to the best of us, I'm sure.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. One little mistake, and boom, you're waiting weeks for payment.
So attention to detail is key here.
For sure.
Detailed line items, accurate project codes, supporting documents, you want it all there.
So the client can look at that invoice and go, yep, that's all good, pay him. No questions asked.
Makes it easy for everyone.
Now, we've set out all these invoices. How do we stay on top of things?
Organization is your best friend here.
Okay, so what's your system?
Whether it's software or a good old spreadsheet, you need a way to track everything.
Makes sense.
Payment status, due dates, any follow-ups you've made.
So you can spot any potential problems early on
Exactly.
before they turn into major headaches.
Right.
Now it's not all about hoping everyone plays by the rules, right?
Well, there are laws in place to help protect us.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Things like prompt payment legislation.
I've heard of that, but what does it actually mean for construction?
It sets clear deadlines for when payments are due
Okay,
and outlines consequences for late payments.
so give some teeth to those payment terms.
Exactly. It levels the playing field a bit.
And then there's legislation too, right?
Right. That's another tool in the toolbox.
Which is essentially a legal claim on the property
Mm-hmm.
if you're not getting paid what you're owed.
Exactly. It's a way to secure your payment.
It's serious business.
It is, but hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Right, it's last resort.
Yeah.
But it's good to know we have those legal options.
Absolutely. It's all about protecting yourself.
Now, beyond contracts and laws, there's the human element, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't underestimate the power of good communication.
I completely agree.
Building those relationships with clients, being proactive.
Definitely. Keeping those lines of communication open can prevent so many problems.
It's like they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly.
But let's be realistic. Sometimes, even with the best communication, payments can still get delayed.
It happens.
So what do we do then?
Well, you got to take things up a notch.
Okay.
Send those formal reminders.
Like official notices and stuff?
Exactly. Just politely but firmly reminding them of the overdue payment.
And the consequences.
Right.
And if that still doesn't work,
Then you might have to start thinking about those legal options we discussed.
like lien enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
but again, that's always the last resort.
Always.
And through this whole process, we got to keep everyone informed, right?
Transparency is key.
So what does that look like?
Regular reports to stakeholders on the status of collections.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight any potential risks.
So that everyone knows what's going on.
Exactly. It builds trust and confidence in your financial management.
Makes sense. So how does all this translate to a real-world construction project?
Let's say you're mid-project.
Okay.
Subcontractors are on site, materials are being delivered.
Things are rolling.
Yeah, and then bam,
What?
a major payment gets delayed.
Uh-oh.
That can throw everything off track.
Yeah, timelines get messed up, budgets get strained,
It can really snowball.
and those standard contracts, like the CCDC 5A, 5B, and 2-2020, those are there to help prevent these kinds of disasters, right?
Absolutely.
How so?
Well, they clearly define things like payment timelines.
Okay.
and holdbacks.
So explain holdbacks for those who might not be familiar.
Sure. A holdback is basically a percentage of the payment
Okay.
that's held back until the project is fully complete.
So it's like a safety net to make sure everything gets finished properly.
Exactly.
And the contracts also outline dispute resolution processes
Hmm.
and our rights regarding lien enforcement.
They really provide a framework for fair play for everyone involved.
So if we nail all of this,
Yeah.
what are the rewards of becoming a project collection master?
Well, first and foremost, you'll have that beautiful, healthy cash flow.
Music to my ears.
Right. No more scrambling to cover expenses.
Or chasing down late payments.
Exactly.
What else?
You're also minimizing financial risk.
Okay, how
By
so?
staying on top of your collections, you're less likely to get stuck with bad debts.
That makes sense.
It just creates a much more stable financial foundation for your projects.
And what about the impact on those all-important client relationships?
Oh, it's huge. Tell me more.
When payments are handled smoothly and transparently, it builds trust and respect, which is essential for any successful project.
Absolutely.
And it shows a level of professionalism that clients really appreciate.
For sure.
And then there's the whole financial reporting side of
Oh,
things.
yeah, that's a big one.
How so?
Well, when you've got accurate collection data, it makes your budgeting and forecasting much more precise.
And gives you a much clearer picture of your overall financial health.
Exactly.
So, thinking about your own projects, what's the most important takeaway from our deep dive into project collections?
Well, mastering those technical aspects of collections is important. Remember, it all comes down to relationships.
Okay, how so?
Clear communication, mutual respect.
Yeah,
That can go a long way in preventing payment problems in the first place.
so true. So before we wrap up, any final words of wisdom for our listeners out there on their journey to collection mastery?
Just remember, stay organized, be proactive, and don't be afraid to have those tough conversations.
This is awesome advice. Well, there you have it, folks. Another deep dive complete. Keep those payments flowing and those projects thriving.
Until next time.
See ya.